Hello and welcome to RWG Publishing. We're so glad you're joining us for another deep dive. Today, we're really taking a magnifying glass to the author's blueprint,
Yeah.
Crafting Your Masterpiece by Bill Vincent. And this isn't just, a book you read. It's much more. It's a comprehensive guide, really a practical roadmap, designed for anyone who's eager to bring their stories to life or maybe share their expertise with the world.
Yeah, and what's truly compelling about Vincent's author's blueprint, I think, is how he's a seasoned storyteller himself, right?
Yeah.
And he manages to distill the often, let's face it, intimidating art and the complex business of writing into such clear, actionable steps. So our mission today is basically to cut through all that noise, pull out those essential nuggets of wisdom, and we'll give you a shortcut to understanding the profound journey of crafting your own masterpiece, whether that's a sprawling novel, maybe an insightful nonfiction work, or, anything in between.
Absolutely. And we're talking about the whole journey here, from that first spark of an idea right through to navigating the sometimes tricky world of publishing. So, yeah, let's unpack this incredible blueprint, starting right at the very foundation, the enduring essence of why we write in the first place. Vincent kicks off the author's blueprint with this, powerful and really beautiful reminder of storytelling's ancient roots. It's fascinating. He takes us back, way before formal classes or literary awards, back to when it was just everyday people, a wife embroidering tales into cloth, maybe a grandmother spinning yarns by the fire, or like a quiet elder sharing wisdom under the stars. And here's what's truly interesting, the way he frames it. This idea that stories illuminate and reinforce deep emotional messages, making them vital to a democracy, to everyone who uses them. He's essentially saying storytelling makes profound truths accessible to everyone.
To everyone, right. Not just a select few. It acts like a shared language, binding us.
Exactly, binding us across generations.
And if we sort of connect this to the bigger picture, writing isn't just presented as a craft. It's highlighted as one of humanity's most primary, most significant tools. It lets us capture those private thoughts, that shared cultural knowledge, and convert them into something tangible, a guide for the future, ensuring preservation. Vincent actually goes so far as to say that the human capacity to write is the most significant development of the last 5,000 years.
Wow.
Yeah, think about that. It's how we give context, structure, identity, and understanding to past cultures or, distant communities. It really is the bridge connecting us to our ancestors and to people far away. It lets us transcend time and space like nothing else, really.
That's a really profound thought, isn't it? It grounds the whole act of writing in something much bigger than just, say, personal ambition. But okay, what about the individual, the person actually holding the pen? The book then dives into the creative process itself. It touches on that universal anxiety and vulnerability. Even master painters feel it, right? Facing the empty canvas. And it asks us, I love this question, when creating a character for a story, do you not experience this same anxiety, vulnerability, and loneliness? It's powerful. It resonates with anyone who's stared at that blank page, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And, this brings up an important question. How do successful creators handle these negative emotions? Or maybe even use them? Vincent brings in the psychologist, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, who links creating something new to a kind of divine activity. It implies the path to creativity isn't always smooth sailing. It often involves this intense process, this wrestling formlessness into form, and acknowledging what Vincent calls the creator's godlike aloneness. So it suggests that this very discomfort, the struggle, is often the crucible where truly original work gets forged. It's not just sitting down, it's a deep effort. You're the architect.
Architect of the whole reality. So, okay, we've explored the deep why behind writing and that almost spiritual effort involved. But once that spark is lit, the next big question for any writer is, what shape will this story take? And that's where the blueprint guides us into the fascinating world of genres and styles. It clarifies that these different types of writing genres, they each come with their own specific language, structure, and purpose. He gives examples like instruction, narrative, recount, report. It's about understanding the toolkit each genre offers.
Yeah, and how to best use it. A point that really stood out for me here was the discussion on fiction, which Vincent defines simply as creating imaginary worlds.
Yeah.
The book really emphasizes that every novel requires a unique world in which to exist, and the more original this world, the more powerful the story. And this isn't just about, fantasy lands. It's about making your setting, your characters, their situation feel authentic, feel distinct. And Vincent beautifully reminds us we don't need faraway galaxies for this. He says, any writer of fiction possesses hundreds of stories right off the shelf.
Right off the shelf.
Every one of them, a new and unique world, drawn from our own experiences, our observations, our perspectives. Our lives are packed with potential.
That's a great point. And then you've got nonfiction. So while fiction builds worlds, nonfiction aims to illuminate and maybe transform the world we live in by presenting facts, information, and for this, the author's authority, their knowledge, their qualifications, these become absolutely key. Think about, how-to guides, educational texts, professional growth books, maybe spiritual perspectives. A nonfiction book, according to Vincent, really aims to be a catalyst for change, providing guidance, clarity, concrete answers, and its factual material, obviously, must be accurate and verifiable. The goal is increasing or even changing the reader's understanding, providing real value.
Genuine, verifiable value. Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
critical.
Okay, so now let's talk about the real heart of any compelling story. Developing those strong characters and an engaging plot. This is where Vincent gives some really practical, actionable advice. He suggests giving your characters at least two wants.
Mm.
And these aren't just superficial desires, they're pure foundational emotions. Longing, desire, hunger, thirst. This is what makes them feel alive, adds depth, creates those compelling arcs. Like imagine a character craving security but also yearning for adventure.
Right, that conflict is story gold.
Exactly, that's where it ignites. He even offers a character bio checklist for getting really in-depth, encouraging you to know them better than yourself almost.
That idea of internal conflict from dual wants, it's incredibly powerful. And it leads us naturally into talking about empathy, doesn't it? The source emphasizes that empathy is an essential trait of any good character, but it must be exhibited by the author every bit as much as by the role you are developing.
Hmm.
This isn't just about making characters likable, it's about understanding the whole spectrum of human experience. Vincent, for instance, encourages male authors to really explore female characters, to portray their unique thoughts, motivations, challenging that pitfall of making everyone sound the same.
Yeah, breaking free from those limitations,
Yeah.
embracing diversity.
Exactly, embracing the richness of human experience in your creations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And once you have those rich, empathetic characters, you need to give them, well, a stage and a journey. That's where plot structure comes in. It's the backbone of your story. It's what drives readers forward towards the climax by creating suspense and tension. It's all about giving characters clear goals and then strategically dropping in those turning points that force them to adapt, to grow. The beginning, Vincent explains, needs a strong hook, clear character intros, and this underlying sense of person versus reality as its core.
Person versus reality. Can you unpack that a little?
Yeah, sure. So when he talks about person versus reality, he's getting at that basic conflict where a character's internal world, their beliefs, self-perception, habits, slams up against some undeniable external truth or challenge. Like, think of a super organized person whose life is suddenly thrown into chaos. That clash, that's where the immediate tension comes from. The goal ultimately is to deeply engage readers, make them invested readers who want to crawl inside your work and live within it.
Get them invested. Makes sense.
But characters don't just exist in a vacuum, right? They speak. The blueprint dedicates a whole section just to crafting compelling dialogue, calling it the expression of your character, of the way they view the world and their experiences. And this isn't just chatter. Good dialogue needs to do double or triple duty, meaning it should reveal personality, advance the plot, and hint at motivations all at once, not just, mundane exchange. Every word counts.
Every word counts. And this brings us to the primary rules Vincent lays out for dialogue. It must be authentic to each character, and every word must be necessary. He offers some really practical, sometimes overlooked tips, like saying your dialogue out loud. It's amazing what sounds clunky when you actually hear it. He also stresses getting feedback and, crucially, just listening to how real people talk. Observe. It's about distilling functions for your characters, knowing their role in the scene, choosing accents for them, and always keeping in mind their education, literacy, way of speaking, life experience. It's about making each voice distinct, believable. So distinct you know who's talking without needing the tag.
That's the goal, right? We've only just scratched the surface here, really, of the incredible insights in Bill Vincent's The Author's Blueprint. If you're finding these nuggets of knowledge as valuable as we are, and you're ready to dive even deeper into crafting your own literary masterpiece, well, you can find The Author's Blueprint on Amazon. We'll include a link right there in the show notes for you. Makes it easy to explore and grab your copy today. Okay, so beyond crafting that snappy, meaningful dialogue, how do we make the reader truly see the world you've built? Feel the rain, smell the coffee, That's where mastering the art of description comes into play. It's about crafting description that actually teaches and informs your reader about a world that is integral to your story. The goal isn't just painting a pretty picture. It's creating a hook so strong the reader vicariously enjoys, maybe even lives
the journey in your story.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, effective description is way more than just stringing adjectives together. It's about painting vivid mental pictures, providing vivid sensory impressions that make the ideas and feelings both more realistic and more memorable. Vincent really stresses using imaginative words that appeal to all five senses: sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste. For example, instead of just bad taste, he gives us words like biting or brackish, much better. For smell, think acrid or cloying. For sound, maybe bassy, crackling, or eerie instead of just loud. These specific words help to create imagery that will strike the audience as self-evident, insightful, or even witty. Let the reader experience it.
Experience it, not just read about it. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you've poured your heart out, built the world, giving characters their voices, the next vital step, and let's be honest, often painstaking, is editing and revising your work. The blueprint stresses that proofreading, catching those final typos, grammar slips, that's really the last phase. Before that comes the deeper work.
Right. And this raises a key question. Why is editing so profoundly crucial beyond just fixing mistakes? Vincent gives us four main reasons. First, it's your chance to massively improve clarity and coherence, making sure your message lands perfectly. Second, it lets you revise away from screen distractions, just you and the text. Third, you step back, see how changes in one part ripple through the whole work, maintain that integrity. And finally, it's about spotting mistakes with fresh eyes, often, he suggests, by printing it out. He really emphasizes that every revision is an opportunity to improve the clarity and coherence of the writing. It's continuous refinement.
Yeah, polishing it until it shines. So after all that hard work, the manuscript is ready, gleaming. But then comes the part many writers find, well, the most daunting: navigating the publishing process. Vincent's book does a great job demystifying this, I think. He breaks publishing down to its basics. Take a manuscript, prepare it, distribute it, and then, fingers crossed, hope booksellers attract attention. He simplifies what feels complex.
He does. And what's fascinating is the direct side-by-side look at traditional publishing versus self-publishing. The source note self-published books are often identifiable by maybe their reviews or their cover art. It emphasizes putting your best foot forward for your masterpiece. Makes sense. Traditional publishing is defined more broadly, typically linked with print runs and real ISBNs, that's your unique book identifier. Vincent doesn't really push one path over the other. He acknowledges the mix of excitement and, fear writers feel deciding which way to go. It's a big fork in the road, very personal for every author, each with its own challenges and rewards.
Absolutely. And for those maybe leaning traditional, the book delves into finding and working with literary agents. It clarifies agents usually handle novel-length work, significant nonfiction. Generally not poets or short story writers, or if you're planning to self-publish anyway. They are significant parts of the behind-the-scenes team. Your advocate, negotiator, guide through contracts and publishers, they can be invaluable.
Really invaluable allies. And connecting this to the bigger picture again, the digital age has completely transformed the writer's life, hasn't it? The author isn't just a creator anymore. You're also a marketer, a publicist, and a good social media steward, which leads us right to the critical importance of building your author platform. Vincent strongly emphasizes lifelong learning and the constant need to build, refine, and maintain a long-term platform. It's ongoing, a marathon, not a sprint.
That's so true. And this means actively creating that online presence. Websites, social media. The book specifically suggests hosting an author blog. He even gives it a working title, like Name's Author Blog. Funny. A place to share thoughts on your creative challenges, turning points, discoveries, maybe highlight other authors you like. Key tips include picking 5-6 broad categories, keeping posts maybe around 500 words so they're digestible, having a schedule, offering value contests, exclusive content, and always being polite and professional online. It's about building real relationships with your audience, conveying a strong, impressive picture of yourself as an expert, a passionate creator. It's your digital shop window.
Your digital storefront, exactly. And this raises another important question. Once you have that platform, how do you really engage with readers? Build that loyal fan base. The source suggests using your website to maybe provide new fiction, ideally serially, citing J.K. Rowling, filling in background details for fans. It's about creating another entry point for reader searches, beyond just your published books. Keep them coming back. And crucially, Vincent reminds us, readers are a diverse bunch. It's vital to nurture them, acknowledge them, thank them, because ultimately, they become your most powerful evangelists, your champions. Cultivating that connection is key.
Paramount, yeah. Okay, finally, the blueprint tackles a hurdle every single writer, every writer faces eventually. Staying inspired and overcoming writer's block. Vincent suggests this block is often a byproduct of insufficient preliminary planning or maybe a lack of understanding of the genre you're in, like your subconscious needs to catch up or the path ahead just isn't clear yet.
Right. And what's fascinating are the various techniques proposed to fight this. Some are almost whimsical. Finding your muse like a guardian object. Keeping a dedicated writing notebook for stray ideas. Taking a deliberate break. Or even using a physical storyboard with pictures of characters, settings. He also encourages routines. Track your daily word count. Schedule specific writing times. Make it non-negotiable. The core idea is to actively solicit that lucky gift of inspiration by adopting a mind more receptive. Cultivate the environment for creativity.
Don't just wait for lightning to strike.
Exactly. Don't just wait.
It's really reassuring, isn't it, knowing we've all been there. That pressure, deadlines, nothing coming. But Vincent reminds us there are actual strategies to help you through those moments. It's not just fresh air or more coffee, thankfully. It's about figuring out what's really holding you up. Is it paralysis at the start or getting lost in the details later? You can overcome it.
You have the power, yeah. And in its conclusion, the author's blueprint really brings it all home, emphasizing designing text to read easily, even if someone's just skimming. It suggests personalizing your writing, use a third or first-party voice, tell illustrative stories, get friends' viewpoints for feedback, show enthusiasm for your subject, and always use you to speak directly to the reader. These are all essential techniques, really, for connecting, building that rapport, making your message resonate personally.
So what does all this mean for you, our listener, on your own creative path? Bill Vincent's blueprint, I think, reminds us that writing isn't just a craft, a skill to practice. It's a deeply, deeply human act of connection. It's about preserving thoughts across time, building entirely new worlds from scratch, and engaging hearts in ways that can genuinely transform understanding. The ultimate power isn't just in the words you manage to get down on the page. It's in the bridges those words build, across time, across experience, connecting you to readers, leaving a mark. So the question is, how will your blueprint impact the world around you? If you're feeling inspired now to start or maybe refine your own writing journey, we highly recommend getting your copy of The Author's Blueprint, Crafting Your Masterpiece by Bill Vincent. You can find it easily on Amazon, and like we said, we put the link right in our show notes for easy access. Thank you so much for listening to the Deep Dive Podcast. We really hope this deep dive into Bill Vincent's wisdom has equipped you with some valuable insights for your own creative endeavors. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and definitely keep creating.